When our ancient ancestors built or made and then discarded things hundreds or even thousands of years ago, they probably never imagined that their descendants would find those things in the far future and try to work out the details of their lives by studying them. If they'd have known that, they might have left us a few more reference guides or explanations. Without them, the past is often a mystery, and this video proves it. Imagine taking a leisurely stroll along the seashore on Monknash, South Wales, and stumbling upon something a little gruesome, but absolutely extraordinary. That's precisely what happened to Rambler Mandy Ewington, who discovered the 800-year-old leg bones of a medieval monk protruding from a cliff face. She took pictures and then got in contact with coastal archaeologist Carl James Langford, who confirmed that the bones likely belonged to a Cistercian monk from the 1200s. The area was once a burial ground for these monks, and the bones were in such a position due to the erosion of the cliff. This erosion has been exacerbated by recent storms, revealing and simultaneously endangering precious archaeological sites. Unfortunately, the precarious location of the bones makes it impossible to excavate them. Langford poignantly noted that the bones are receiving their last rites as they are washed into the sea, a somber reminder of the impermanence of life and the relentless march of time. Given that there's a whole graveyard here, it's likely that these won't be the last bones to be revealed by the disappearing cliffside. In a dramatic turn of events, Chinese archaeologists have rescued a 1,500-year-old coffin from the clutches of tomb raiders in Inner Mongolia. The ancient coffin, discovered in a gravesite accessed through a 32-foot deep hole in a pasture region, held the silk-wrapped remains of an aristocratic woman. This remarkable find, dating back to the Northern Wei dynasty, a time of significant political and cultural change in China, included the woman's well-preserved body with thick black hair adorned with a metal headband and fur boots. Alongside her were various grave goods, such as a bow, dagger, pottery jars, and bowls, all under the watchful gaze of a bronze dragon head at the center of the tomb chamber. The identity of the woman remains a mystery, but archaeologists suspect she belongs to the Xianbei ethnic group, a nomadic tribe that once roamed the northern prairies. Further analysis is planned to uncover more about her life and times. The rescue excavation was initiated after tomb raiders were caught digging a 32-foot deep hole towards the tomb entrance. Tomb raiding has become a significant issue in China, with thieves employing increasingly aggressive methods, including the use of dynamite and bulldozers, to plunder the rich heritage buried beneath the land. In an extraordinary twist of fate, freak weather in Hawaii has led to the rediscovery of a set of rare petroglyphs off Oahu. This remarkable find was made possible by epic winter swells that produced waves over 23 feet high, washing away layers of sand at Pupukea Beach near the renowned big surf spot Waimea. This natural event unveiled more than 70 rock carvings, mostly depicting human-like figures and dogs, which had been hidden since 2010. And prior to that, since 2004. This rare exposure offers historians, scientists, and rock art enthusiasts a fleeting opportunity to study these fascinating glimpses into Hawaii's ancient past. The Historic Hawaii Foundation is now diligently working to document these images. Due to their infrequent appearances, these petroglyphs, known locally as ki'ipohaku, have not been extensively studied. They are believed to have been used by ancient Hawaiians to document travels between the islands, commemorate significant events, and mark trails and boundaries. At Pu'uloa on Hawaii's Big Island, a site with over 23,000 petroglyphs, many motifs feature holes where the umbilical cords of newborn babies were placed. The recent discovery also chimes with petroglyphs found at the Nuuanu Rock art site near Honolulu, where canine figures are thought to depict a mythical, cannibalistic, dog-like creature known as Quapi. Archaeologists have made a remarkable discovery at Tel Karasa, a site in southern Syria, unearthing a 9,000-year-old wand etched with two realistic human faces. This unique artifact, believed to have been used in ancient funeral rituals, stands out as one of the few naturalistic depictions of human faces from that era found in Syria. The wand was discovered in an artificial mound that had accumulated layers over thousands of years. Intriguingly, it was found near a graveyard where about 30 people were buried without their heads, which were later located in the living spaces of nearby dwellings. First discovered in 2007, the wand, measuring 4.7 inches in length, is thought to have been carved from the rib of an oryx, the wild ancestor of cows. Notably, the wand was intentionally broken at both ends, suggesting that it originally may have had more faces. The purpose and symbolism of the wand remained enigmatic, with researchers linking it to funerary practices but unable to specify the exact rituals. This discovery parallels a similar find in Jericho from the same period, where individuals were buried without their heads, and the skulls were later plastered and painted with facial features. The Voynich manuscript, a 15th century text shrouded in mystery, has long baffled researchers and linguists. Despite numerous studies over the decades, the manuscript's cryptic language and illustrations covering themes from astronomy to herbal medicine have remained undeciphered. Discovered in 1912 by Wilfred M. Voynich, this 240-page book has been the subject of over 25 different analyses by top minds around the world. Yet its meaning has eluded understanding, leading some to speculate that it might be an elaborate hoax. However, recent research offers a glimmer of hope for unraveling this enigmatic text. Stephen Bax, a professor of applied linguistics at the University of Bedfordshire in England, has made a significant breakthrough. He claims to have deciphered 14 characters of the script and can read a few words in the Voynich text, such as the names of plants like coriander, hellebore, and juniper, alongside their illustrations. He also identified the word for Taurus next to a drawing of the Pleiades star cluster. Bax's approach, inspired by historical methods used to decipher Egyptian hieroglyphs and other mysterious scripts, involved identifying proper names in the text. His findings suggest that the manuscript could be a treatise on nature, possibly in a Near Eastern or Asian language. The Baltic Sea anomaly, first discovered in 2011 by the Swedish Ocean X diving team, has been a source of intrigue and mystery. This unusual surface found at the bottom of the Baltic Sea has baffled scientists and sparked a range of theories. The most striking aspect of this discovery was the reported electronic disturbances experienced above the submerged object, where devices, including satellite phones, ceased to function. The team retrieved a sample from this structure, which, upon analysis, was found to contain limonite and jothite, metals that Israeli geologist Steve Weiner stated could not be naturally produced. Theories about the anomaly's origin range from a Nazi anti-submarine device or a battleship gun turret to a sunken UFO of antiquity. While mainstream researchers lean towards it being a natural rock formation, adding to the enigma, a recent discovery in the same area has been termed the anti-gravity artifact by Boris Alexandrovich, who found it on the shores of the Baltic Sea. This artifact, estimated to be about 1,400 years old, exhibits unusual properties, generating an energy field that is not yet understood. Composed of extremely rare metals with a purity of about 99.99%, the artifact's existence challenges conventional history and raises questions about the possibility of an ancient civilization predating human history. You can find ancient Roman ruins and relics all over the Italian mainland, but you can also find them at the bottom of the sea off the country's coastline. In September 2022, a team of divers from Civitavecchia Naval Station entered the water off the coast of Panza and discovered the remains of an as-yet unknown ancient Roman structure. We know that Panza was an important Roman port city and colony, and was purpose-built to provide a platform from which the early Romans could control the Tyrrhenian Sea. In later years, it became a place of exile. Nero Caesar was sent here in disgrace, as was Julia Livia and Agrippina the Younger. Later still, during the time of the Empire, a series of rock-cut pools and caves were created at the island to the west of a grand villa that's thought to have been made for Augustus Caesar. The structure in the water is believed to be connected to that villa. The divers found several architectural slabs decorated with a motif known as the Flower Woman, which appears in a lot of 1st and 2nd century Roman art. It's more likely than not that the slabs ended up in the water because of erosion. In the heart of Madhya Pradesh's Bandhavgarh National Park, a treasure trove of historical evidence has been unearthed by the Archaeological Survey of India, also known as the ASI. These relics, dating back 2,000 years, point to the existence of a modern society that once thrived in the region. The discoveries include rock-cut caves and a man-made water body, showcasing the sophistication of the people of the era. Situated on what was once a busy and profitable trade route, the Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve has become a window into the past, revealing the ingenuity and advanced practices of an ancient civilization that we don't even know enough about to give a name to. How can a bustling trade and a vibrant community that once existed in this now serene wildlife reserve have been totally forgotten? This isn't even the first discovery in the region. More than 26 ancient temples and caves were found here during previous excavations in 2022, all of which are thought to have been created and used by ancient Buddhists. Some of the 2,000-year-old structures appear to have been reworked about 1,000 years ago, indicating that people stayed here for a long time. Let's move on to the fascinating world of the Nubian pyramids. These architectural marvels, nestled in the Nile Valley area known as Nubia in present-day Sudan, were the handiwork of the rulers of the ancient Kushite kingdoms. Built between 800 BCE and 100 CE, these pyramids were heavily influenced by Egyptian designs but with a unique Nubian twist. Interestingly, the first Nubian pyramids sprung up at El Kuru around 751 BCE, a whole millennium after the Egyptians had stopped building pyramids. Today, there are twice as many Nubian pyramids still standing as there are Egyptian ones. These pyramids, which served as tombs for the kings, queens, and wealthy citizens of Napata and Meroe, are tall and narrow with a steep incline of about 70 degrees. Inside, the tombs were adorned with scenes from the life of the deceased. The largest pyramid at Meroe, standing at a height of 98 feet, is believed to have been built for the Nubian queen Amenishiketo. Despite being plundered in ancient times, some tombs still contained artifacts like bows, quivers of arrows, and other items, revealing the extensive trade between Meroe, Egypt, and the Hellenistic world. Our next discovery comes from June 2022, and it's a big one. In fact, it's a whole forgotten city. The 3,400-year-old city has recently emerged from the Tigris River, having been submerged during the construction of Iraq's Mosul reservoir during the 1980s. Somehow, the existence of the city was either unidentified or ignored when the reservoir was made. Archaeologists say that the city was built during the height of the old Mitanni Empire. It wasn't any old city either. It was a place of great importance. We know that because it has several large administrative buildings and a grand palace. Some historians think it might even be the ancient and fabled city of Zakiku, which is known to have been one of the most important cities in the entire empire between the years 1550 and 1350. The city will only remain accessible for as long as the current drought lasts, which means the experts at the scene have to work fast. So far, they've mapped all of the city's largest areas and identified a fortified wall punctuated with towers, vast storage facilities, and what might be an industrial complex. They've also found 5 ceramic vessels containing more than 100 cuneiform tablets. But translating the text is likely to take a long time. Scholars from Tel Aviv University have proposed a thought-provoking theory about Stone Age humans experiencing altered states of consciousness, or getting high due to hypoxia in deep caves. This idea, detailed in the Journal of Archaeology, Consciousness and Culture, stems from the effects of smoke and poor air circulation in Paleolithic caves, particularly those with deep interior cave paintings in France. The study suggests that humans might have ventured further into these caves, where low oxygen levels could lead to hypoxia, a condition caused by insufficient oxygen. Hypoxia can occur in environments where oxygen concentration is below 18%, and in the enclosed, poorly ventilated spaces of caves, oxygen levels could drop to as low as 11%. Symptoms of rapid onset hypoxia include headaches, confusion, hallucinations, and a drug-like sense of euphoria. These effects might have influenced the cognitive abilities of ancient humans, impacting their creation of cave drawings. The researchers argue that entering these oxygen-depleted spaces was a deliberate choice driven by an understanding of their transformative nature. This theory offers a new perspective on the purpose of ancient cave art, suggesting it was part of a broader experience rather than just an artistic endeavor. The Codex Runicus, a remarkable medieval manuscript, is a unique historical document written in runes around the year 1300. Spanning 202 pages, it contains the oldest preserved Nordic provincial law, the Scanian law, pertaining to the Danish land of Scania. This codex is one of the rare runic texts found on parchment, with its initials painted in various colors and red rubrics. Each rune in the manuscript corresponds to a letter of the Latin alphabet, making it a fascinating blend of ancient and medieval script traditions. The Codex Runicus is part of the Arnamagnæan collection at the University of Copenhagen in Denmark. It's not just a legal document, it also includes a chronicle of early Danish monarchs and a description of the Danish-Swedish border. One of the most intriguing features is the verse with musical notations on the last leaf, which is the first of its kind in Scandinavia. This verse, called "I Dreamt a Dream Last Night," is about a girl dreaming of becoming wealthy and is known to all Danes, having been used as an interval signal on Danish radio since 1931. Subscribe now and turn on the bell so you don't miss a thing. Fascinating discoveries await you in every video. Thanks for your support. See you soon.